Hello pandas of the internet, my name is Panda-chan. I am a full-time artist-ish, a part-time cosplayer, and someone who recently added their Twitter/X to their description. So if you want to reach out and talk to me on there, or send me art of your D&D characters, I would love to see you over there. I also post some of my art there. In today's horror story, we see how a DM runs a one-shot just so they can kill the entire party with their overpowered DMPC. So if you're ready, sit back, relax, and let's get into it. This RPG horror story was posted by mystery_fox1618. DM turns party into monsters, DMPC easily kills entire party. Oof. This was the most bizarre experience I ever had. It was meant to be a D&D 5e one-shot with homebrew elements, ran in person by someone I didn't know too well. I was invited by my friend, who was another player, and they told me that this DM had been really good in the past. I took their word for it and agreed to join the one-shot. The party consisted of me, Bard, my friend, Cleric, Barbarian, and Sorcerer, and of course, DM. The one-shot started pretty standard with no red flags. The party met in a tavern as a group of strangers who all took the same job from an Adventurers Wanted poster. We met with the NPC who assigned the job and were sent on our way. Our party had to travel up this dangerous, spooky mountain to what appeared to be an abandoned manor at the top. The DM explained that many rumors described this place as being super haunted and filled with monsters. It was around Halloween in real life, so the spooky themes seemed fun. Halfway up the mountain, DM describes an encounter with a werewolf. The werewolf was extremely overpowered to the point where a group of level 5 adventurers would stand no chance against it. It was rolling attacks that did upwards of 25 damage per turn. I think the least amount of damage it did was 15. Suffice to say, my character did not live through the encounter, and neither did sorcerers. Cleric and Barbarian were able to flee the combat after Barbarian rendered the werewolf prone for 2 turns. The DM asked us to hand over our character sheets, then gave us pre-made characters. I was playing an extremely powerful vampire that had abilities and powers I had never heard of. I assumed these things to be DM's homebrew. An example of one attack it had was called Touch of the Undead, which functioned similarly to Burning Hands, but with necrotic damage, and rolled 5d12 for damage. It was crazy overpowered, and I was confused about why it was like this. DM explained to me and Sorcerer that our new characters were not yet in contact with the party. Our characters were awaiting the party's arrival in the manor up ahead. I asked if we were meant to team up with the party, and DM got noticeably irritated with this question, as if it was obvious what we were supposed to do. DM told me that Sorcerer and I would stop at nothing to see the party eradicated. Sorcerer mentioned that our characters seemed too strong for Cleric and Barbarian alone, and DM told him that there was a reason for it. We carried on. Cleric and Barbarian finally managed to make it to the manor after barely avoiding and escaping 3 other overpowered monster encounters. They both had extremely low health, and Cleric was almost out of spell slots. They tried to find an alternative entrance to the manor, not wanting to use the front doors that were an obvious trap, but DM railroaded them into using the doors. As they entered the manor, they encountered Sorcerer and I. We all rolled for initiative, and the battle was over in round 1. The DM handed Cleric and Barbarian new character sheets that were also overpowered monsters.
Suddenly, a
paladin in shining golden armor burst through the front doors. "I have come to stop your reign of terror, monsters. You will pay for the innocent lives you have taken," he yells as he points his sword at you threateningly. You all recognize him as the legendary elf paladin Elwyn Clary, vanquisher of evil and slayer of monsters. The DM said this to us with all seriousness. We exchanged looks with each other. I don't think any of us knew how to react. The DM gave us a look that was a mix of irritation and confusion. "Aren't you going to attack him?" Barbarian rolled to attack, landing a nat 20 plus 7. "It misses," the DM says with a smug smile. We proceeded to get our poop absolutely rocked by the DMPC. The paladin was hitting us with unreal amounts of damage and barely taking a single hit from us. I think we were able to hit him twice in total. I'm not sure what the paladin's AC was, but it was insanely high. My monster character had a total of 300-ish health, and I was downed in 2 turns. The levels of damage he was dealing made 0 sense. After the paladin killed our entire party, the DM thanked us for coming to their game and asked how we all felt about it. Barbarian was dead honest and told DM that it was ridiculous. It was hardly a game at all. DM and Barbarian got into a small argument about it, and all the players, including myself, left shortly after. I never attended a game run by this DM again. My friend Cleric, who invited me, apologized for the way the game went and explained that DM had never done anything like this before. They told me that DM had always run interesting and entertaining one-shots and short campaigns, and never once inserted overpowered DMPCs. Cleric did say that DM had NPC characters that were clearly based on DM's past campaign characters, but they had supposedly never been problematic and served more as shoutouts to past campaigns the DM took part in. Cleric participated in one other one-shot run by DM after this and told me they left early because DM was inserting overpowered enemies and Cleric didn't want to stick around for the eventual DMPC boss fight. If the plan was to run a horror-themed Halloween one-shot, that could have been easily done. Just advertise the fact that there will be only one survivor at the end of the game, or tell the players that their characters will likely not survive. Advertise it in some way, because losing a character, even if it's a one-shot, just kind of sucks. But with that frustrating note, we have come to the end of the horror story. Leave me a like, subscribe, and in the comments tell me what is your favorite one-shot you have ever played in. The link to the original story is in the description, so go give it a read. You can find my social media links down there as well. And with all of that being said, I will see you next time.